through this door lies another dimension. One of beeps, one of boops. A reality where 8-bit and HD clash. This is the point where new and retro meet. The 6.5 dimension, protected by the arcade overlord. You have crossed into the turbo zone.
Hey geeks and gamers, I love racing games. More specifically, I love kart racing games. But racing games in general have always been one of my favorite genres. From Mario Kart to Forza, racing games can be a really enjoyable experience. I reviewed Riptide GP Renegade. If you remember that video, I talked about that game was developed by a company called Vector Unit, and I really like the Riptide games. I really like Riptide. So I saw that they also developed a game called Beach Buggy Racing, which not only is a racing game, but it's a kart racing game. It's a racing game in the style of a game almost like Mario Kart. I had to give this game a try. Beach Buggy Racing has a very promising art style, has a very promising design, and the game looks like it can be a lot of fun. And the game can be a lot of fun. Beach Buggy Racing as a kart racing game, I feel falls very short though. I love kart racing games. I've played tons of kart racing games, from Mario Kart to Crash Team Racing to Ben 10 Galactic Racing to My Sims Kart. I've played almost every kart racing game I can get my hands on. Some good, some awful. And so I feel like I have some sort of grasp on what makes a kart racing game good, what kind of design really makes a kart racing game enjoyable. And I don't think Beach Buggy Racing does. And that could also be the fact that this is by Vector Unit, and their main series is Riptide, and Riptide is an aquatic, futuristic racing vehicle game, which they do that series very well. Beach Buggy Racing, though, doesn't feel very fair. Now, the Riptide games are challenging, but while you're playing a Riptide game, you feel like you're in control of the race. You feel like you getting better at the game will ultimately make you better at the races. Will ultimately, like will let you win, will let you progress. It's all up to you. Beach Buggy Racing doesn't feel like that. It feels like the racing part of the game feels solid. The vehicles, I like the career mode. There's a career mode where you play through races and challenges. Through that you could earn money. Through the money you could upgrade your beach buggies, and through that you can progress further in the story. There's boss characters that you fight. After you race against the boss characters, you get that character to play as. I really like a lot of the concepts. Where Beach Buggy Racing falls apart is with its items. In a game like Mario Kart, there is a certain logic to the way that the game is played. The items in Mario Kart, yes, sometimes can feel a little unfair, but if you know what you're doing, you can learn how to avoid and how to take on these upcoming items. Beach Buggy Racing doesn't feel like that. Beach Buggy Racing, the items just feel fucking random. There's moments in Beach Buggy Racing where you could be in the lead, and then three computers will throw completely different items at you at the same time, and you're screwed. You're going to be thrown back to the back of the race, and it's really hard to catch back up. Beach Buggy Racing feels like a very unfair game. It feels very unbalanced. I can never tell what items really help me against other items, or if they do at all. The only item that I can really tell that helps is the shield, which blocks oncoming attacks. So whenever I'm in first, I'm always stuck praying that I get a shield, and usually I don't. Now, I really don't want to crap all over this game. I mean, this game is very cheap, and it's a mobile game being ported to a console. I'm playing it on the PS4. You can clearly tell that it's a mobile game being ported to the PS4. And in that sense, the game looks really good. The game plays really good for a mobile game being ported to the PS4. It's just, if you want me to take this seriously, if you want me to compare this to other kart racing games, it's just not as good. It just feels very unbalanced. It feels like winning a race is almost just up to luck rather than skill. It feels like I can't get very good at this game simply because the computers can throw tons at you, and it feels like you can't dish that back at them. It's almost kind of frustrating to experience some of the stuff that I've experienced playing Beach Buggy Racing. But I really want to like this game. I really want to recommend this game. I mean, it has a career mode, it has a tournament mode, has a split screen multiplayer mode. You can customize your buggies, select different buggies, upgrade them, select different racers. Each racer has a special move. There's a lot to like here. Like, this game is very promising. It just feels like they didn't really think out the items. They just kind of saw that Mario Kart has items, and they just kind of copied from that. And, well, not really copied. They try to make their own wacky items, but they didn't really think about balancing. They didn't really think about how that would affect the player while they're racing, and how much fun that would ultimately make the game. I'm okay with a kart racing game having very generic items. One of the coolest kart racing games is F1 Race Stars, a kart racing game by Codemasters. Its items are the most bland things. They're almost ripped completely out of Mario Kart, and that's okay, because Mario Kart really does understand what makes the kart racing game, the item formula, you know, what balance is. While playing a game like Mario Kart 8, I'm very good at Mario Kart 8 simply because I feel like I understand how these items work and which items I would need to block other items. One other problem with Beach Buggy Racing is that while you're racing, if somebody fires an item towards you, it doesn't give you some sort of indicator. You know, like when you're playing a game like Mario Kart, usually there's some kind of little indicator to show you, hey, you're about to get fucking smashed in the face, and usually having this indicator helps because you can try to find a way to avoid it. This game doesn't do that. This game they just hit you. They just hit you out of nowhere, and it's the most frustrating thing in the world to try to win these races, because you're going to need to finish third, second, or first to get stars, and stars unlock more races. It feels like it's just out of luck. There's no balance, there's no fairness with the items in this game, and it really ruins what could have been a really great game. Beach Buggy Racing has a lot of potential, and honestly, I would recommend, if they ever want to do a second one, I don't know if they have on mobile, I don't play mobile games, but if they ever want to bring a second one to PS4, I would highly recommend working on your items. Make the items feel cohesive. Make it feel like the items can balance each other out. You know, using one item can reflect another item. Using this item can reduce the effects of another item. Just something like that. Something that makes the game feel a little more fair. Beach Buggy Racing is very cheap. I bought it for $1 on sale. It's also part of the Vector Unit pack, which I would recommend that pack, because you get this along with 2 of the Riptide games, and the Riptide games are fantastic. I like Vector Unit. I really want to support Vector Unit. Beach Buggy Racing, though, is not a game that I would recommend for hardcore kart racing fans.
Hey geeks and gamers, TurboBot90013 here. Remember to subscribe to the Turbo Zone for more content. The Arcade Overlord, thank you. Stay retro. Turbo Zone.